Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today, inshallah, I'm going to explain to you some tools in Adobe Illustrator. Last time we explained an introduction about Adobe Illustrator. We explained the shape tool, also the line tool. Today, I'm going to start explaining the pen tool that we are use in Adobe Illustrator, and we use it widely in creating while creating, or if you want to create any design or an illustration. Pen tool, we have it here. We have another tool behind it called the Curvature tool. We will learn how to use both of them today. By using the pen tool, if I click without holding the mouse key, then I'm going to create a sharp edge. If I want to delete the last anchor I create, I can click on back space to delete the last anchor I create. As I said, if I click and then hold the mouse key, and then I'm going to create a curve like this. If I click and hold the mouse key, then I'm going to create a curve like this. If I want to close the shape, I need to click at the first anchor I created like this, and then I have the shape. I can go to fill to add a fill to the shape. I can also work with the stroke exactly like what we learned before. If I want to change the any anchor from sharp to curve or curvy anchor, I want to make it sharp. I can use the tools available inside the pen tool. If I click and hold, I have, for example, the first one, add an anchor. I can click any place on the path to add a new anchor. Also, I can use the delete anchor to delete any anchor I want. And by the way, the add anchor, the delete anchor, and the tool that we use to convert between sharp corner and curvy corner, all of these tools, we can use them at any shape we create in Illustrator, not only the shapes created by the pen tool. The last one, the anchor point tool. For example, when I click, it will be sharp. Click and hold, it will be curve. And that's for the pen tool. For the curvature tool, it's similar to the pen tool, but it works on creating a curves like this. As you see, and then we can go back to the pen tool to work with the anchors we create, same as I explained before a few seconds. That's for the pen tool in a brief. And also we have a tool we use also called, if you want to, for example, if I have this shape, and then if I draw another curve like this, and then if I want to, I can use the direct select to select these two anchors, and then I can click on right to make a join from here, or I can go to object and then path and select join to connect these 2 points together. I can do the same to these 2 points or anchors to connect them, and then I can deal with the shape with them as a one shape, as you see. And this is about the join tool. The fill, the stroke, as you see from here, I can increase the thickness. I can change the opacity, like what you see. I can change the anchors or points from here or manually. Also, I have the align tool I can use. The align tool is here. If I want to open the align menu window, I can go to here, and then I can open the align window, as you see. I can use the align window to align the objects horizontally or vertically, or to align them at the center. Let us try the center from here. For example, if I select this object, I can click here to align vertical, align center, and then horizontal to align the object exactly at the center of the artboard. I can do that. And the center of the object will be the anchor center. If I change it, the system will consider the new anchor as the center of the object. That's about the align tool and the how to change the fill, the stroke, like what we learned before. Let me create a new shape like this. We learn how to use the colors. Here, if I click on the color, I can open the color window, or I can go to window and then open the color window. As you see, I have here a color guide. For example, if I want to change the color for this object, I can click here. I can use the eyedropper. When you see this icon, I can use the eyedropper to select a color. If I have an image that I grab it from outside or from another file and I want to select the color, I can select it. And then if I want to use it again in the future, I can click here to add a new switch from the existing color. All I need to do is to click OK, and then the color will appear here. I have an extra option to select the color. For example, here I can specify the RGB. I can specify it as a value between 0 and 255. Or from here, I can change the gradient, which is the second thing that we are going to explain today. I can use the gradient. I can select the gradient tool from here, and then from here, I can click on the color. I can change it to gradient, as you see. From here, I can use the tool to change the rotation of the gradient. If I want to change the color of the gradient, I can go to window here. I have a gradient window, contain options I can use. For example, here now it is a linear. I can change it to radial or to free form. And then as you see the differences, from here I can change the color if I want to change the color. As you see, if I want to add an extra color to the gradient, I can click here and then double click to change the color of a new color. And here, if I want to add an extra color, double click, and then I can change it again. If I want to delete any of them, I just can select and then click here to delete the color. The transformation between the color, I can adjust it from here. I can adjust the angle also. I can convert it back to linear or radial, as you see. And also, if I finish and if I'm happy with the gradient I have, as you see, I can click at plus, new gradient switch, and click here. I will have a new gradient here. For example, uh, if I create a new shape, and if the color, not the gradient, like this, I can select the shape and then I can find it here because I add it as a new switch. As you see, I can go back to the gradient to fix it again or to adjust it again if I want to make any new adjust to it. And this is what a gradient means and how can we use it. From here, the colors, as you see for the back and forth, I can reset them to black and white as the usual. If I create a new shape like this, I can use the eyedropper to transfer any color inside the scene or gradient directly to the new object I have. For example, if I have an extra shape, with a different gradient. Let me select another one. I can select any shape. I can select any shape, and then I can transfer the color here to here without selecting any color, just using the eyedropper, and the color will be transformed to the new shape or object I have. And that's how we deal, how we use the eyedropper, how we use the gradient, how we use the color switches, how to change the color, how to create a gradient, all of these things. That's how usually we use them. We use to create or to change the color. We have the eraser tool that also we can use. Let me select the eraser again. If I click here, as you see, let me increase the scale by clicking at the bracket button at the keyboard, and then I can change or update or modify any object I have, but I need to select the object first. For example, if I want to change this, I need to select, then click on the eraser again, as you see. And that's in general how we deal with the objects in the scene. And that's it for today. See you next class or next tutorial, inshallah.